Hello everyone, I'm going to take these half dollars out of this and place them in some empty tubes I just got. I've got 4 total tubes that are empty. Should be plenty. Anyway, we'll show you some of the coins. I mentioned this seated half dollar. I didn't mention these, but Barber halves. Most worn out JFK coin I've ever seen. Benjamin Franklin, and a couple polished up examples of a Franklin and a Walking Liberty. Pretty sure I have at least one more Benjamin in this bag that's kind of done the same way. So we'll put these back in the tube along with these two. Put that aside and hold the 2 polished ones here in the lid. Alright, let's pour out these and see what we got. By the way, this drilled one's going to go in that tube as well, along with other oddity ones I wanted to keep separate from these. Right off, you're going to see a lot of Benjamin Franklin ones and Walking Liberties. That one's not severely damaged. It's 37D. But we'll start stacking up the Walkers and the Benjamins separately. And any JFKs in this bag. There's not very many JFKs. That's pretty dirty. Another JFK. I think there's 4 in this bag. Okay. That Walker's been totally dateless, worn. A couple of these aren't real bad. .35 Philadelphia. Most of these are 40s though, of the Walking Liberty ones. There's a 36. It's a Denver. The screen's a little hard to focus or see the focus on because it's kind of small. It might be one of the older ones that has a full date. It's 29. And it's an estimate. Most of these are fairly common coins. There's not too many. Well, there's the other Benjamin, I think, has been polished. It's a 63. It's maybe not as well. I know it's not quite as bright, but it does have the appearance of polishing. I'm going to stick with them for the time being. Keep pulling these. I bought all these coins this year for my treasure chest challenge, and the treasure chest is now pretty well full, so I'm not going to probably be making any more videos for that. But I do want to sort these and see if I have any really short dates. Now, some of these, even like this one, has slight damage on the rim. It's a 41 Philadelphia. I'm going to have to make a second stack for these because it's starting to get too tall and I don't want them just flopping everywhere. Most, like I said, most of these are going to be Walking Liberty. And there's going to be quite a few Franklins. But I generally like walkers more than these other ones, so it's not real surprising why I would buy more if I can get them, and if you can get them cheap enough. Now, we're about done here with sorting them by type. And I'm just going to kind of look through these real quick. Now, on these, there is a double die on 64s. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but on the edge of the T, the S, and some of these lettering down here, you'll see a doubling. Fairly sure that's not one. That's not one, I don't believe. That looks like it's got a little damage. I'll look up here real close. You can kind of see the doubling if there is any on the R and the T on the points. And these are not looking like they are. And you may need more than 10x multiplier to really see it. There's 4 JFKs. The interesting thing about JFK coins this year is I've not been able to buy very many because anytime I've seen them at a coin shop, they've always been spoken for, and someone's bought them before I got there or said they're going to buy them, and they're holding them for them. So I've only been able to buy 4. Now most of these, the Philadelphias and Denvers, are fairly higher mintages. I think one of the S-Mint ones is a little lower, and there are a couple of S-Mints in this. Mint mark, by the way, if you don't know where it is on these, it's right above the bell on that, underneath the E. That's an S-Mint. Another Denver. We'll just keep working our way through another S-Mint. Philadelphia. Denver. That's 48 Philadelphia. And 48, if you don't know, it's the first year they made these. They did not make them very long because of what happened to JFK. When he got assassinated, they right away designed this coin and put it out. And they've made them for many years since. It's a 49S. Another Denver. I'm going to pull up my red book here in a minute. As soon as I sort these out and see if any of these coins are slightly lower mintage ones. Those are both Philadelphia. Denver. There's another S-Mint. Another Denver. Ouch. 50. Denver. There's another S-Mint one. 52. Denver, Denver, and Denver. So we'll pull the red book real quick. It's 2018, so it's not the most up to date one, but key dollar, $50 coins or low mintages, that won't change. So you can use these to kind of show you which coins are a little bit lower mintages than others. I'll set this down here where I can kind of look at it, and if I feel like there's something I need to talk about, I can pull it up. Okay, I got the estimate ones right here in my hand. There is a 52S, 51S, 49S, 51. So there's two 51s. Unlikely that'll be a very collectible. Now, 49 and 48. Oh, wait, these are both 49 S's. I thought I said 48. Guess not. We'll just look and see what the 49 San Francisco mintage was. 37. That's not real low. Um, we'll jump to the 51 and 52. There's two 51S's. And we can see that it'll focus. 51S is right here. 13 million. That's not very low. It's not low at all. So the 52S, it's 5.5. Don't think any of these San Francisco ones are really considered key date ones. But let's look down the line and see where the lowest mintage is. 55 Philadelphia, 2,492,000. Go ahead and show that real quick. Right there. This says $18. Most of the other ones say $9 or $12, and all these say. So by looking at the very fine 20, the only ones that are really, all of them are about the same value at that point, and it doesn't look like it changes very much as you go up into mint state. All the late 50s, 59 and later, mint state 63 coins are $18 according to this, so it's not very high. But over here, the 55 Philadelphia is $18. 54S is 12 at very fine 20. 52S is 12. The 49, all three of them, are $12 at very fine 20. So they're a little bit lower mintage in 49 overall. Some of the mintages on these reached 25 million in the earlier years, in the early 50s. At the end, though, in 63, Philadelphia was 22 million and the D was 67. So they made quite a few of them the last few years. But okay. This is United States Red Book. You can get them at any bookstore. This one was bought at a thrift type shop where they were selling used books. The mintages, the type, the coins, all the references about the coin don't change over the years. They made so many millions of these old coins, and that's all they made. So if you get a 2022, the mintages will be the same as what the 2018 shows. And they probably have the 2023 edition of this out. But this is the Red Book. They're very common. They've been printing these. I mean, this says 71st edition, so they've been making these for a long time. So pretty much none of these are the lower mintage. I mean, there are some 49s in it, but it's not, a lot more valuable for them. Now, that one seated Liberty one I have in there has a hole in it, so it's not going to be a real valuable coin. It is a 54, I think a 54.0, 1854.0, that is. 5 million plus were minted, so it too is not real low. All right, we'll talk about walking liberties. And we'll move these aside. In fact, I'm going to start throwing them in the tube. I have more than a full row of them. Well, I didn't count, but that's up to the top with that's pretty much full. It should be 20 in there. These coin tubes are designed to hold a specific amount. Did I just count them wrong? Well, it's easier just to take them up like this and spread them out by fives. 5, 10, 15. Lost my place. Looks like I have 21 in this. Okay, so that's 20 there. Full tube. At today's prices, if you went to a coin shop to buy these and they were in cards, they would probably ask $10.50, maybe $11 for them. So loose like this, if you just buy a bulk bag, you might get a slight lower price because this does, if it's like this, it doesn't entail the dealer having to go through them and write down what they are and look at the prices and all that extra work. So they would probably sell a tube a little cheaper than if you bought 20 carded ones. But we'll set this aside. And we'll turn our attention to the Walking Liberty. Walking Liberty, they started out, and this will show you, it says Obverse Mint Mark. And the mintages on some of these early ones, these are 1916 and 17, 18. We're a little bit low on certain ones. Not real high. In there, if there's any 18s and 17s in here, they're worn really bad like this one is. This is actually a 1917, and it is a Philadelphia, which 12 million, so that's no big deal. 47 D, they made 4,047,000 Phillies, and this is a Denver. They made almost 4 million. The 46 double die is a higher cost, 38D. Now that's one, if there's one of these in here, I'd be a little bit surprised because it's 491,000, and a good 4 they say 55. So if I got one loose for about 10 or 12 bucks, I did pretty good. The 21s, there won't be one of them in there. 208,000, 246,000. The 21S is 548. There won't be no 21s in this. Nobody would have just thrown them in a bag and not checked. None of the ones in here are the Obverse Mint Mark, so, and I'm pretty sure there's no 1916s. There might be 1918s in here, couple, but generally that's the ones you'd have to find, the 38D. So I'm going to go real quick and see if there's any 1938 coins in here, because if it is, that's one I did well with by getting it at the price I got these for. The 29S, 1,902,000. It's a little bit lower mintage, $12 at good 4, which this might be a little bit better than good 4, maybe very good 8. Hard telling. It's got wear and looks like dirt and grime. It's hard to tell. Date gone. Can't do nothing with that. 41. If any 41 ain't going to be a big deal, and worn like this, it's a D, I think. It will not be one that's worth anything. This is a 47, and it's a D, but it's grimy and dirty and worn. Doesn't have great. Hello, Country Coin Collector. Got your sticker back here. I'm just going through some of the half dollars that are in my treasure chest challenge and looking to see if I have a 38D by any chance. 43D. It won't take too long to do this. That's probably a 1920, but it's so worn. It's a little bit better here, according to this price guide, but with the date totally gone like this, it's not going to be anything special, really. There's a 37D, 1.6 million, but it says $9 for good for, so it must be fairly common in terms of survivability and stuff. Boy, that sure did ring, didn't it? There's a 20 where you can read the 20. But again, these probably wouldn't be considered very collectible unless the full date and rim was there. And the rim's going away. There's damage on the rim too. So that's a 17. I don't think there's a mint mark on it. 12 million. No big deal. 36D. 4.2 million. Fairly common. 35 Philadelphia. 9 million. So finding a better, that's a 43, nah, 53 million. Finding a little bit lower mintage one in here that's not totally wiped up, probably not going to happen. But that's probably a tube full. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this. A couple more. Okay, there's an estimate, and it is a 33S. 176, 12 bucks and good for. This is probably good for, but it's starting to lose the day a little bit. So I would say it's probably not going to be a collectible coin. It's going to get me any extra value, unexpected value. It's a 41 Philly. This 34 doesn't looks like it might have been cleaned. It is a S mint. 34S 36. So it's probably not. That's probably 20 coins. We'll go ahead and tube this up. Now we're going to have some mix. So go ahead and put the rest of the Benjamins in here and the 4 JFKs that are not double die. Has to be a double die to really make it overs to make it worth much. 43S, 13 million. 45. Most of these 40s ones are fairly common. The only one that says 46 double die reverse, and I'm pretty well sure I ain't got one of those. They're not very common. Well, totally dateless. How you doing? Well, this is, let me put your comment up. There we go. CMBTMDC22. That name is a bit of a mouthful. Hello, how you doing? 36 Philly. 12 million. Nothing too special. Like I said, about the only one I really think I might have by chance could be a 38D if there's one in here. Okay, that's really filthy, and it's a 42, and the date's about gone. Most of these are going to be 40s. Wait, I didn't even look the date, the mint mark on this to see. That's Philadelphia. Another one, well, it's got an 8 there. That's hard telling. It looks like an 18, but this worn, that's an 18S. That's a 10 million coin, 10 million minted coin. 45, Philadelphia. Fairly common, 31 million. Another 18, and it is an S mint. Well, that's the one that was 10 million, so it's no big deal. 45, Philadelphia. Looks slightly polished, maybe. And two more left to 46, Philadelphia. It says double die reverse. We'll have a look at this. I think it shows in the $half. I don't think that's reversed, or I mean double dyed. I don't know if it shows up in the United States of America anywhere, but even if it is this worn, it probably wouldn't be worth much. Okay, at least the 41 with the rim damage. This kind of rim damage, if it was a collectible one, it would reduce the value quite a bit. 41 Philadelphia is a 24 million minted coin, so it's not going to be worth much. That's actually one coin too much for the holder. Yeah. You like Benjamin Franklin's? Have a look at this polish up job somebody did to this one. It's a little bit polished. Not as much as this, though. It's 58. And it's a Denver one. It's highly polished. Of course, I only had to pay $9 for it when I bought it in the summer, so along with this Walker. I'm going to put these in this tube with these other coins. There's a few Barber coins that are heavily worn. You will never see probably JFK worn this much. I've never seen one this much. Anybody I've shown this to has said they've never seen one worn this much. Not exactly sure what they did. They must have carried it in their pocket forever. Couple Barbers that are a bit worn. None of these are real collectible unless they're like, of course, these, if they're in mint state coins, you're talking expensive. I think somebody took diagonal cutters to this and tried to cut it with them because they seem to line up where the damage is. So we'll show you this one. How's it going, John Jacobs? A gold $half. No, not. No, I think I've seen some that are gold plated. I mean, as a matter of fact, I have a Walker that's gold plated. This is a seated Liberty. Oh, it's a 56. So I thought it was a 54, but forgive me. It's an Orleans Mint coin. If it didn't have the plugged hole, it would probably be $40 coin. That's the only way you're ever going to get any money out of this. I mean, I'm aiming to try to get a monetized channel, but it's going to take a while. I mean, you got to get a lot of hours. Now, I know they're going to do something with the shorts where you can get paid, but you have to have a lot of views to get paid. So I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and get the other part of this done. and that's watch hours. 4,000 watch hours. That's why I might have a Mercury. I think I have a Barber dime that might have been plated in gold. Anyway, I've got another full tube, and I thought I had more half dollars counted up. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about these other three. Where did I put them? Oh, that I just bought. I gotta wait until I do a video or make sure I've done a video for these three. But I swear I had $40 facing these, and it's not looking like that's how many there are. Oh, John, yeah. You make shorts? I make a lot of shorts too. I probably got the bulk of my videos, like 600 of them are probably short. I got over 1,000 videos now. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is recount these real quick. This is a full tube of Benjamin Franklin's. We'll just set them out in piles of 5. Well, that's 20 or $10 face. So we know this tube is, you went to buy 20 or $10 face of half dollars off of Hero Bullion or something, or one of the other places, would probably cost you about $12.50 a coin. None of these cost me that much in this. They were all $12 or less. Some of them a lot less, especially some of these walkers that were worn out, without the dates, that is. Well, there's a bonus coin. That's 5, 10, 15, and this makes 20. So, because a couple of these are worn pretty bad, you can kind of tell that 20 in this one is not as thick as the 20 in that one. But when you get ones that are older and more worn, that's what happens. All right, so that pulled one coin out of that one. This one might be the same way. Looks somewhere in the same vicinity, but some of these you can tell are a little bit thinner. So let's pile out 5, 10, 15, 20, and then there's another coin. So when you're putting these in here, you have to count them to make sure that if you're trying to just keep it 20 in a tube, which is what they're supposed to be, you have to count them to see what you got. So that tube, there's quite a few worn ones in there, and you can see that lip's pretty far down. But mostly Benjamin's ones here, it's not as, that gap isn't as much. So these 3 tubes, that's $30. Now, how much is in this? Well, you can see the 5 darker ones. Those are Barbers, and they're heavily worn. Let's just count this. Now I got 3. I thought I counted 40 of these coins yesterday, but this is, wait, this one's 3 short, so maybe I had already counted these with it. Oh, by the way, washing machine damage. That's what happened to this one. Washing machine or dryer, the reading is all smoothed up. Other than that, the coin don't look real bad, worn. But if you're going to send in a coin for grading, you have to make sure these are the rims aren't damaged like that, because that would definitely not grade very well. So we take the 5, these 5. Oh, I have 40%ers. I got about 4 tubes of them, and plus several in cards that are really nice. But this isn't about them tonight. This is about the 90% silver ones. Every one of these I got for $9.25 a few weeks back. They're heavily worn. Nothing much to say about them other than that. So that's 10. That makes 15. And that's 5 more for 20. So I did have $40 face. I must have counted those other ones already in my thing. Now what I need to do is get some quarter rolls and do the quarters that I got in this. And I got quite a few quarters. A lot of dateless standing liberties. But this is the 4 tubes that were all in my treasure chest challenge, which is right here, which a couple weeks ago when I put the coins in and drug the ruler, it caught. So there, it's full. Wow. That's a pretty good score, John, because I'm not even sure exactly what 40% is running right now. I want to say about 350 mil each. So if you had $150 worth of half-dollar rolls and you found 154 40% coins, you did pretty well. But we will put this one away and then bag these, because that's what I want to do with this. I'll go ahead and bag the Benjamins. All right. Every now and then when you press a button, you hit the wrong thing. Sorry about that. But I'm going to go ahead and bag these walkers, the few GFKs, and the Benjamins in this for current storage until I want to get a monster box. These, because that's in there, and some of the other ones, you only get $half. Oh, like you go to a bank and someone turned in a roll. That's probably, wow. You look at how much lower in this. Just got my 3-cent box. Cool. But these are going to be put away for now, and these other ones are going to be set away. I only had 1 nickel box. Well, I wish you all a good night and stuff. By dropping out of the thing, I think I lost several of my people watching, but I've went on for long enough for right now to cover this topic. But no, I'm going to buy quarter and dime tubes and do the same thing with them. Put them away in tubes. so that I can count them and get a very good total of how much is in there. Now, this was all about the half dollars tonight. And I got $40 or yeah, $40 face of half dollars for this, which is quite a few coins, you know. But what I think I'm going to go ahead and do now is thank everybody that showed up. Thank Old Country Coin Collector because he showed up earlier. Thank Frosty. And go check out their 2 channels. And then I didn't have the sticker out earlier. This is a shiny one. And we'll pull out the one I usually show. AG Stacker 1776. Go check out their channels. They've got interesting stuff. And the Liberty Bell, which is on the back of the Benjamins. And that says AG Stacker up there if you haven't seen the sticker. And Frosty's got a couple others if you haven't seen them. Been wanting to get a sticker from somebody, but my mom and pop sent box for helping for auctions. Found 3 HP Otis 1900, Otis Sweetie 1910. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, you know, anytime you help people with stuff, sometimes they'll give you something. You found over 100 Wheaties in that. That's pretty cool. Okay, that was twice in one night. Got some BU, some M's. Mercury's? Anyway, I hit the wrong key again. 2 times in one night tells me I'm starting to get tired, so maybe I ought to shut this down before I do it again. But this little exercise of buying all this stuff for this treasure chest challenge taught me something. Yeah, just going through these coins has taught me something. If you're a coin dealer and someone brings in tubes of coins like this and wants to sell them to you, and he gives you a price, and you think the price is a little bit lower than what you think he should pay, well, if he's going to go through and put cards on all these, and there's 20 in this tube and 20 in each of the other 3 tubes, that's 80 half-dollar cards. They would have to then write all the freaking dates and mints on them and then put prices on them. Unless he's just going to turn around and sell them as bulk. Okay. I just got a Canadian penny recently, a 1961. I get Canadians pennies quite often. It even had a 39 Merc in it. That's kind of cool too. But yeah, a coin dealer, if he's going through a bunch of coins like this and he wants to put them in cards to sell them individually, you saw how long I've been going live looking at these for the past 40 something minutes. I had to put none of them in a card. If I started to put them in cards right when I started doing this, and I'd probably still be putting them in cards. So a coin dealer is going to spend a lot of time if he's going to take these and put them out individually. Same thing with quarters and dimes, of which I probably got at least 2 full tubes of Standing Liberty quarters in that bag. And in the dimes, I think 3 tubes, at least 3 tubes probably of Mercury's, and maybe a tube of the rest. And the quarters, I might have 3 or 4 tubes worth. So all that's a lot of work, and that's why if you want to sell bulk coins that are like this and they're not in the cards, they may not offer you as much as you might think. I'm not even really sure what my coin dealer would offer for a random tube of Benjamin Franklin's right now. I know last time he was selling them any half dollars that was in a bag that I bought was the 5 Barbers, unsorted, nothing, just loose, and they were 9 1/4 a piece. He probably paid $7 a piece for them, I think. You're not going to make a whole lot of money off each one coin. It's at volume. I mean, if you can buy off of several people tubes like this and then sell them the same day, say you offer someone, I don't know, maybe 16x today at today's prices to buy these tubes and then turn around and sold them at 20x, you'd make 4x per coin, which isn't a whole lot. That'd be $2 a coin. But if you bought hundreds of them and then turn around and sold hundreds of them, that's where you'd make your money doing it that way. That's kind of cool. The old $2 bill for Christmas. Yep. I remember my grandpa gave us $2 bills at least once, maybe twice. He had coins too, but they've been long sorted out and gone when he passed. Our oldest cousin took him and said he paid the other cousins and everybody what was the red book price on them at the time. Maybe you did. I don't know. I don't know what happened to all that. Now, I know my dad has some coins, and I've seen some of them. He's got a decent little collection. But no Morgans, just a few piece dollars and several halves. But anyway, if that is another thing I need to do and make a video about. If you inherit a coin collection, you don't know much about coins, and you want to, either sell them or keep them and kind of go off of that, what would you expect to be paid on a coin collection? I done an assessing a coin collection video a long time ago, but it's a bit dated now. Well, it's not really dated. It's just could probably talk about different coins to like a beginner who just inherited a bunch of coins. Because if you inherit a bunch of coins, you don't have much in them, but you still don't want to. If you've got, let's say your dad had a bunch of half dollars in rolls like this, either wrapped in paper or put in tubes. You didn't know much about them. If you took them to the bank and dumped them in, and they gave you face value, they don't do that. These are worth more than face by a lot. Now, I did go to a pawn shop once, and I asked the guy if they had any silver to sell, and he said, "Nah, the owner's keeping all of it for any U.S. silver he comes across, he's keeping." But then he said, "Well, if I wanted to sell some, what would he give me? I don't know, say for some random quarters." This guy said $2 to $3 per quarter. I'm like, the melt on a quarter is about 370, I think. Last I looked. I'm not going to sell a quarter for less than melt to anybody. They're going to pay me at least melt, or else I ain't selling it. That's just how it's going to be. Well, that was quite a journey. During World War II, Luxembourg. Going to Luxembourg, that's a pretty small place. That doesn't mean he wasn't there for a while, though, because, it's a city-state, basically. And those heroes, they help keep us free. But anyway, I've went through all the half dollars. I don't think there's any really better date ones to speak of, and the ones that are might be are so worn they're not going to be super valuable. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down for the night and wish you all a good night. And thanks for showing up, John Jacobs, and making plenty of comments. Um, Thanks CMBTMDC22 and Old Country Coin Collector and Judith Presley. Thanks for stopping by. And I hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you next time, maybe tomorrow night.